All right, the laws of prohibited sexual relationships. Some people express surprise that I mentioned in the last video that rape and sexual abuse fall into the category of theft, and they don't actually fall into the category of prohibited sexual relationships. That's because there's a very major difference. In the laws of prohibited sexual relationships, there is no mention of coercion. We're focusing very specifically on who one is intimate with. Rape falls into the laws of theft because it is taking something by somebody against their will. It's something that belongs to the other person, and it is a forcible act. Even though rape doesn't fall into the category of forbidden sexual relationships, it is absolutely forbidden, and it falls into the law of theft. A person is forbidden to have sexual relationships with their mother, their father's sister, their mother's sister, a married woman, if the person who is being intimate with them is not their husband, homosexual relations, and bestiality. Castration is also forbidden, and even flirtation between people who are forbidden to each other is forbidden. Now, a very important point has to be said. There are people in the world who will label people with what they consider deviant sexual desires as being completely unworthy of respect in any form. And it is true that the Torah says homosexuality is an abomination. However, it is very important to stop and to look at this as not just a set of legalistic rules, but to realize that all of these laws are about our relationship with God. Now, God gave us the Torah, and inside the Torah, He gave us a list of everything that He likes and that He dislikes. And by putting His likes before our own desires, we are doing something to show our love for Him. So the Torah doesn't forbid something that is completely unnatural to man, because within society there are people who have a desire for homosexual relations. There are people who have a desire for bestiality. These people do exist, and it would be foolish for us to say that it's completely and totally unnatural to every segment of society, and this is something that just developed over time. Homosexuality and even bestiality has been going on for thousands of years. The only question is can we put our own desires on hold in order to have a relationship with God? Because He doesn't want us to be involved in this. And even if we don't understand it, and even if it goes contrary to our desires, we have the ability to form a relationship with God. It is absolutely a beautiful thing to realize that when somebody has a desire that is so strong, and a person chooses to put God's will before their own, they're offering God a beautiful, beautiful present. They're saying, hey, this is what I want, but what you want is more important to me. So I'm subduing my inclinations, and I'm choosing your path. That is something so beautiful. So even people who have a natural desire to engage in incest or in murder, in rape, in bestiality, in homosexuality, in thievery, in anything that should not be happening, simply by holding back and refraining because God wants you to refrain, you are doing something so holy and so beautiful. So even if you have an inclination for those things, you can raise them above your animalistic inclinations and make them so beautiful in the service of God.